The town of Berlin. Country charm at the center of Connecticut.
Okay, welcome everybody to the Town Council meeting, November 21st, 2017. Call this meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Councilor Angelo Costenson, present. Present here. Councilor Daniele. Present. Councilor Giannoni.
Present.
Mayor Krasinski.
Here.
Councilor Letty.
Here.
Councilor, I'm gonna get it, but I just have it.
Pagliaro.
And I have it, and you can quiz Marcia on it. I've been saying it all day. Pagliaro.
Present.
Thank you. And Councilor Rosso.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Great, thank you. Just before we start with our meeting agenda, just congratulations to everyone on your election. Appreciate it. You guys are here. Appreciate you guys being here and helping the town out. We know we're all volunteers, and it's it's a difficult job to do as a volunteer sometimes, but we get through it, and thank you all again for running for office and getting elected, and we'll press on with our next 2-year term. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit difficult. The budget keeps getting worse every day. I don't know. It looked good in the beginning, and then it keeps getting worse. So we'll get through it. We'll be dealing a little bit, obviously, with the Board of Finance. Just for all of us here, really, it's new to all of us on the council, the Board of Finance. So what I made sure Kate will do for us is she will always send us an agenda so we know what's on the Board of Finance agenda. She'll send us what their decisions are. Likewise, she will send them our agenda and our decisions. So, because I think we need to obviously stay up to speed. Both of us, both of the groups have to stay in sync together because we're going to have to work closely together. I'm proposing on, if you guys can make it, I think we have an audit report on December 21st to the Board of Finance, correct? So I was talking to Kevin Delaney and Jack the other day and Kate that we would go to that meeting in the beginning and all hear that report as well, because we all need to be on the same page with the audit report, obviously. And I would also ask Attorney D'Onofrio, I haven't asked you yet, but maybe we could have a little bit of a training session with the two groups, just to make sure we're all, both of us are on the same page, the council and the Board of Finance, because again, it's new to everyone. So we'll have to pick a date. Maybe we'll do it early January. Probably have enough to do in December. So that way we can coordinate some things, and we look forward to. I look forward to working with all of you, and the Board of Finance. We'll work closely with them as well. So again, welcome everybody, and congratulations.
Okay.
Meeting agenda. Our first item is the designation of deputy mayor. I will designate Brendan Luddy as the deputy mayor. Congratulations. You've been on council
Thank you.
for many years, and look forward to working with you again.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go.
Thanks. Look, I got a couple proclamations to read. First one is Rachel. Good to see you. Rachel, as she completes her term of office, this was actually for the night you weren't here, so I'm sorry, it's probably written a little bit time-wise a little bit different, but her term of office in the Berlin Town Council having served with distinction from 2007 to 2017. While on the council, Rachel served on the following committees: Budget, 7 to 17, Audit as the chairperson, 2017 to 13, and 2015 to 2017, Ordinance, Community Conversations, Manager's Evaluation and Calendar, that was from 07 to 13. Technology and Mattabasset Watershed, 7 to 2015. Physical Services, 09 to 2017. Plan of Development, 2011 to 2013. CCM, playing fields and the Robert Wolf Incentive Plan, and that was from 13 to 15. In addition, Rachel served as the deputy mayor from 2011 to 2013 and as mayor from 2013 to 2015. Prior to being elected to the town council, she was elected to and served on the Board of Education from 2005 to 2007. Quite a resume, Rachel. A lot of time in recognition of your years of service to the town of Berlin and the many contributions you made to improve the quality of life in our community. The town council hereby salutes Rachel Rochette and extends best wishes to her for many years of health and happiness in her future endeavors.
Stand up and say that.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Mind if I say
Absolutely.
Okay, I can't let this moment pass. It's my last time.
Surprise me if you didn't.
I know, right? You know, I have to live up to my name. So when I first started on this adventure of elected office, my children were 3, 4, and 12. And my children are now 15, 16, and 24. So it has been a long road. And there's a lot of people I want to thank, and I just want to put this on the record so people understand. And first and foremost is really the people of this town who elected me as leader. Whether they never voted for me or whether they voted for me once or twice or every time, I hope that the decisions that we made as a body moved Berlin forward and that you can be proud of what this town is today. I'd also like to thank really the people who work for this town. All 7 of you could go on a very long vacation and never come back, and this town would work well because of the employees of this town. Whether it's Jack and Kate, whether it's the folks who are downstairs cleaning up now, whether it's the folks in the garage or the library or the V&A or wherever it is, they are here and they do their jobs and they do it with pride. So I thank all of you very, very much. To all the people I served on the council with, all of them, there was lots. Really, I learned something from everyone, whether that something was how to have a better poker face, or when it was best to stay quiet, when it was best to share your opinion, when it was best to work together. Thank you to all of you who I served with. I truly appreciate that. And really, I couldn't leave without thanking my family. So my kids, my little ones, all as they've known really is me being in town, and I hope that what they learned was how important it is to give back to the community in whatever way works for you, whether it's PTO, whether it's volunteering for a board or commission. And for my husband, who had to listen to me, come home from council meetings and work through things and make decisions, really, really couldn't have done it without them. So I didn't think I was going to get emotional, but it's been 12 years, and so thank you. And to the new council, I really wish you all the best of luck, and you probably won't have seen the last of me. I'll probably be sitting out there some days, and now that I'm a citizen, I can come up and share my mind, right? So best of luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
I'd be remiss if I didn't comment on Rachel. There's no question on what she's meant to this town for the past 12 years, but I want you to know what she's meant to me. And don't hold this against her, but she's responsible for me being here. In March of 2014, when it was clear Kevin was to become a judge, I got a phone call. And in a weak moment, I acquiesced to her demands, and I want to thank you for that, Rachel. Everyone wants to feel relevant in their life, and I've come out of political limbo, and I'm back in the game, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate that.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you. Okay, we have another council member that is departing, and Charles Panessa, as he completes his term of office, having served with distinction from 2013 to 2017. While on the council, Charlie served on the following committees: Budget, Mattabesset Watershed, and Physical Services from 2013 to 2017, and Fire Strategic, Manager's Evaluation, Ordinance, Robert Wolf Incentive Plan, and Rules and Procedures from 2015 to 2017. Prior to being elected to the Town Council, he was appointed to and served on the Ethics Board from 2012 to 2013. So this is in recognition of your service to the town of Berlin, Charlie, and the many contributions you made to improve the quality of life in our community. We salute you. We extend best wishes to you for many years of health and happiness in your future endeavors. Congratulations, Charlie.
Takes a while for me to get up.
Just like to thank everybody for their patience with me while I was on the council. The staff answered all my questions, although sometimes they thought they were redundant. They put up with me, and I learned a lot. All the staff was a big help. And the council people I served with, especially Rachel, was a leader when I first got on the council. And Councilor Rosso, always the voice of reason, although he wasn't on the right side of the aisle. I could always count on him to be a gentleman. And the leadership from Brendan as deputy mayor and Mark was outstanding. Brendan's research always helped me make an informed decision, and Mark's level-headed leadership kept me calm and on the right plane. So I just want to thank everybody, and especially the citizens of Berlin, for allowing me this privilege. It's been a real honor, and I wish all of you the best. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
No, go.
Charlie, I just wanted to say I've enjoyed immensely our time together, and you brought a new perspective for me as an engineer and as a small business owner, and to help me make decisions on issues that I wasn't really familiar with. And you always were able to take the time from your own business. As you used to say, you don't get sick time, because whenever you took time, it was at your own cost. And I just want you to know how much the town appreciates it, and I'm going to miss you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, thanks to Charlie and Rachel. I mean, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, or 12, that's an awful lot of time away from your family. So thank you very much. You guys will be missed.
Yeah, Charlie, we didn't know each other before. In fact, I didn't know anybody, the candidates. So it was an interesting group when we got together. We did have our different opinions, no doubt about it. But I would say, Charlie, you many times with most of the issues that we discussed, some of us had more to say than others. But what I would say to you is a man of few words, but all of them were golden. I will say that. You always had a great piece of advice at the end of our discussions, and I appreciate all the hard work, and so do the people of Berlin. So thank you. Okay. So next is our appointment of Corporation Council for a term of 2 years. They serve at the pleasure of the council. So just for the benefit, we have many new members here, so I can just recap it for a moment. I'll also have Mr. D'Onofrio say a few words too. So 2 years ago, we had a council that had been with us for 10 years. We thought it was prudent to go ahead and review that, and although he did a great job, I knew him well on planning and zoning issues, but after 10 years, I thought it was time that we review it. And we went out and we solicited applications, and we received a number of them. We whittled it down to 2, our former town council and our current town council. And we came down to the decision, I believe it was unanimous in the end, right? I think, Peter, if I remember correctly. We voted in Attorney D'Onofrio. The years of experience that Mr. D'Onofrio brought to the table, I thought was very good for Berlin, and the other thing he brought to the table was a lower fee structure, which was important as well. So he has served the town well in the last 2 years, really I guess a year and a half from the date that we appointed him. So I would request of the council that we reappoint him, since he's only been on the job for about a year and a half, and I think it would be prudent for us to continue. He's involved in several issues in town, and to go forward for the next 2 years, I think would be certainly to the benefit of Berlin and in the best interests of our town. So, Jeff, if you want to, just for the benefit, obviously, of the new council members that haven't met you and haven't worked with you, whatever you'd like to say.
Sure, thank you. As you indicated, the process that the town undertook, I guess it was probably around 22 months ago when the town went out to bid for town attorney. The process initially sought, in addition to qualifications, a fee based on an hourly basis, and then the town, after it had begun the procurement process, decided to solicit bids based on a monthly retainer. So we provided essentially a two-part proposal, a monthly retainer for non-litigation work and an hourly billing for litigation work. And we agreed that we would track our time so that the town would not have to pay for litigation hours in the event that there was unused time under the retainer. So that's what's happened. Over the last year and a half, we have not billed the town anything above and beyond the retainer because there's adequate time within that retainer to cover the litigation we've had. We had one tax appeal, which is settled. We had the Centerfolds appeal from the suspension of the SOB license. And then we also have a couple of zoning appeals. So there hasn't been a lot of litigation, but we've been able to absorb it within the monthly retainer. I think we've built a good rapport with town staff, and we've been responsive to the town's needs and have enjoyed working with the town and would like to continue to do so.
Okay. Appreciate that. Before we take a motion, if you have any questions of Mr. D'Onofrio, please feel free.
Good.
If you seeing none, hearing none, I will take a motion.
Okay, I will make a motion to appoint Attorney Jeffrey D'Onofrio as Corporation Counsel for a term of 2 years, or such portion thereof as the Town Council shall determine.
Thank you. Take a second on that.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Congratulations, Jeff. Look forward to working with you. Okay, number 2 is our appointment to our subcommittees. I thank you for letting me know what you guys are interested in. So I think everyone got what they wanted, like Christmas, maybe. We'll find out later. Well, I'll kind of run down this, Kate, quickly, and I think just because there's a couple that we didn't fill, so I want to ask if some people are interested. So our budget committee, several people asked, but we're all on the budget committee. So the whole council's on the budget committee. We will, go forward with this year, and it's obviously, like I mentioned before, it's going to be a little bit different this year with the Board of Finance, but we're going to have obviously some combined meetings with them. So we are all involved, and as it should be. The ordinance committee, I will remain on it. Brendan will remain on it. Amy, Joanne, and Peter. And I think that's everyone who had requested it. We had, I don't know, what do we have? Not often do we meet, but we've had a couple issues with different ordinances, so.
Dogs and
Dogs
blight.
And some other things.
the blight.
The blight, yes. Audit committee, Brendan will remain the chairman of that, Amy. And then there wasn't, I didn't hear of anyone else wanting to be on it, so if
Joanne.
Joanne? Okay, great. Thank you, Joanne. So that will be the third member of our audit committee, I'm sorry. Rules and procedure, I have Alex, Amy, and I didn't have a third for that either. So great, Karen, thank you. Matt. Our physical services, I have Alex, Brendan, and I need a third for that as well. I don't think anyone requested that I saw.
Probably should have a dam on that.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want. So one of you guys, physical services. I don't know. A lot of these committees, just to perhaps allay your
Put me on
fears. Okay, I'll put
Yep.
Peter on that.
Yep.
We don't meet very often, so, you know, there are some that are a little bit busier than others, so Peter will be on that one. Thank you, Peter. So don't be too concerned. That will take up a lot more time. The Robert Wolf incentive plan, it was Charlie and myself. Alex volunteered, and myself, I'll stay on it.
Yeah, I think they still should have a demo.
Well, we'll add a third. Can we add a third one?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Robert Wolf incentive plan. Do we have a third? Karen? Great. Thank you. CCM is myself. Should we? Is that good enough? Do we?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because that's just the me. I mean, I don't think I ever
Yeah,
ever
either
met
one.
with them or anything. So, Central Connecticut Health District. Karen, you volunteered for that. You're the lucky winner.
I've been there before.
Okay, good. Technology Committee, we have Brendan, Amy, and Joanne. Requested that, Joanne, so we're good on that.
Okay.
The Playing Fields Committee, Brendan, Peter, and Amy. We added a third on there. Plan of Development is myself. There has been no meetings in the last 2 years. I don't know when our latest Plan of Development is up, but is it?
Not for a
I
while.
don't think for a while.
No,
13,
we
so-
just did it.
We just did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
13,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
so-
years ago.
10 years.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
good for a long time, so probably
It's
not a
4 years
lot
ago.
of
Holy
work
crap.
to be done there, but that's okay. The Fire Strategic Committee, Alex and Karen are on that. Communications, I'm sorry, Alex and Joanne.
Are you staying there?
Yeah, I'll stay there too. If you could add me on there, I'll stay on that one too, if I could. We'll add it
I
there.
had you in there.
Yeah. Manager's evaluation would be myself, Brendan, and Karen. That's okay. Meeting house is Brendan.
Mhm.
If someone else wants to join the meeting house, you are certainly welcome. We'd welcome, the input on that. We deal with the Historical Society quite a bit. We're trying to develop that.
I'll do that.
Do the best we can. Okay, great. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate that. Mattabasset Watershed is Alex. I don't even know. Do they go? I
I
don't
don't
even.
think there's been much contact. We can definitely set up something. That would be with Art Simonian. So, we can,
There's a little, we need to start to meet a little bit for the new stormwater regulations. We put in our stormwater plan that we would be more active with that, so we'll probably need to meet.
Maybe, how about another name, just in case he can't make it? One of you guys, Peter, want to?
Yeah, put my name on.
Okay, just, I don't want to just, it's hard to just have one if there's
Yep.
some meetings coming up. I don't want to. Okay, and calendar,
I'll
are
stay
you
with
keeping
Bre-
it, Brendan?
I'll
The
keep it.
calendar? Yeah, that's just,
All right.
sets up our calendar for the year.
Know how to do that, so.
It's, yeah, it's pretty simple. So that is our committee assignments, and if anybody wants to change or add to another one, you are certainly welcome to. We don't really, are really not necessarily limited to who's on them, so appreciate that. Okay, so that takes care of that. And we are now to our new business. Number one was,
Okay, number one is actually, we can remove from the agenda. We had a retirement of our administrator in the VNA, and with that, you have to have an administrator to be in compliance with the Connecticut Health Department regulations. We looked at the definitions. We've been going back and forth and working with the attorneys at Shipping and Goodwin. Based on our conversation as of yesterday, our supervisor can step in as the interim. We have already placed an ad, and we're collecting resumes, and we should be interviewing for the administrator probably early in December. And we're hoping to have a new administrator in place before the end of December.
Okay.
So we don't need to act on this tonight.
okay. Well,
May I ask a question on
sure,
that, please?
absolutely.
Is
Absolutely.
this something that we could discuss at a later date? Because I do have some questions about
Sure.
this, to be sure that we're in compliance
Sure.
with a lot of what's going on in public health right now and with home care.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so-
it'll be on another agenda then.
We can put it on there, yeah, if you want
Sure.
to maybe have a conversation with them, with Jack or whoever, and then we can put it back on the agenda and we
Thank
can
you,
all
I
be brought up to
appreciate that.
speed. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
With that, we should have somebody from the VNA come to that meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, let Karen talk to, get a little.
I can talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll figure it out, and they can come to the meeting and brief us all, so we're all up to speed on whatever we need to know. Okay, so we don't need to worry about number one. And we'll just take a motion to I guess we need a
Just
motion?
take no action.
No action,
No
no
action.
action on number 1.
No action.
Okay, number 2 is the appointment of Jack Healy as an acting town manager. Just so, again, we have a bunch of new council members, so we had 2 different interview processes we went through. We had 2 different advertisements. We interviewed the first group. I want to say Jack was appointed as the interim town manager in February of this year. We went through some interviews. We didn't really find, and the whole council is on the the committee. We didn't really find who we thought was appropriate, and we advertised again. We had some more names that were submitted, Jack being one of them, and a couple other individuals that we ended up, I think, about a month before the election with 3 potential candidates. We all decided we didn't want to do it before the election, didn't think that was right to the candidates or to the council. So here we are now after the election, and we sent letters. I believe Denise Parsons sent letters to the 3 candidates, right?
Yes.
That said, wait until after the election and we'll revisit things. So that's where we stand right now. So what I'd like to do at a later date, probably have a executive session just to kind of bring everybody up to speed. I mean, there's 3 of us here that conducted the last 3 interviews, obviously, but to bring everybody up to speed on where we are. And then we could discuss it. Feel free to discuss it in an executive session. So either, I think we have 2 meetings in December, right? Let's see how the agendas go, and maybe which one's not as busy. We can throw that in at the end of that, and then we could think about it till after the new year. Yeah, so we can. But at least we'll get people up to speed on where we're at, and familiar with maybe we can get the resumes of the 3 candidates that were left open. So
I'll talk to Denise Parsons whenever you want.
Well, and maybe Denise could be here as well for that. So anyway, in the meantime, we don't obviously want to leave our town without a town manager, so we appointed him till November 26th. So we want to obviously appoint him now as the acting town manager, and that was at the advice of Mr. D'Onofrio. In our charter, there's 3 different designations there's interim, right? There's temporary, and there was acting.
Correct.
And I don't know why we have all that, but maybe we could, next charter revision someday, maybe we fix that too. But
Right, it seems
So-
as if the charter attempts to contemplate every possible scenario where there would be a need for filling the void in the event that the permanent town manager was, for whatever reason, absent. So originally, based on the express language of the charter, Mr. Healy was appointed a temporary manager because the charter required that upon resignation of the manager, the council appoint a temporary manager who shall be a qualified administrative officer of the town. But that had an expiration period of 90 days. And upon the expiration of that 90-day period, the town manager position would become vacant. And so under 5-1 of the charter expressly contemplates, in the event of a vacancy, that the council appoint an interim manager who will serve for not more than 180 days. So Mr. Healy then became the interim manager. And then upon the expiration of that 180 days, he switched over to temporary manager because the charter in 2 different places contemplates that in the event of the manager's absence, the council can appoint a temporary manager. So now we have a scenario where the temporary manager's term is going to expire as of November 26th. And if you look at 5-7 of the charter, you could make the argument that if the position is not filled on or before November 26th, the position will then be vacant. So it should be filled by an acting manager for a period not to exceed 150 days.
Okay.
okay, that's
Thank
how
you.
we ended up with acting.
That's the long story about.
Well, that's okay. We
That's
need-
good.
The charter clearly doesn't, because of the form of government that Berlin has, the town manager obviously is a critical function for day-to-day operations, and you can understand why the authors of the charter tried to contemplate every scenario where they would have to fill that void.
Right.
This one arguably is not expressly dealt with in the charter, but you can patch together the respective titles by looking at the term limitations for each, and with each of those different positions comes different authority.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, for the new members, you know, the council took this decision, obviously, this person, whoever the new town manager will be, is the chief executive of Berlin. They run the town day to day, and they do many, many important things. So we took it very seriously. We took our time. There was no reason to rush. We all felt that the town was in very good hands with Mr. Healy during this period. It still is in very good hands. And we decided to try and do this the best economical way possible to begin with. We had talked about a search firm initially. They're very expensive, so we said let's put some ads in the paper and see what we can do. So we did that, and so we really all took our time. And again, it's a time-intensive process because we have to, you know, once the ads are out, they have a time to respond. We have to set up interviews. So this is where we are left, but with, you know, it's been a while, but I think the town is functioning properly. Obviously, the council oversees it, and there has been no issues since Mr. Healy's appointment. So a little bit longer, I think, will serve us well to bring the new council up to speed, and then we can hopefully move forward with a decision. So
Okay.
with that, take a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to appoint Jack Healy as acting town manager effective November 27th, 2017, and approve a resolution authorizing the acting town manager, Jack Healy, to have the same authority in his capacity as acting town manager to sign and negotiate contracts, amendments, and grants as was previously approved by the town council for Mr. Healy in his capacity as temporary town manager.
Second?
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so moved. And well, we didn't put it in the motion, I guess. Oops, about,
The term.
yeah, the term would be up, so let's, I guess, amend.
Up to,
It can't exceed 150
Okay,
days.
so
is it
we will,
150 or 150?
Well, it's 150. There's.
Okay, then it would be April 25th
okay, so it won't exceed,
until it,
we'll amend the motion to not exceed that date. And your compensation, your stipend
Okay.
will remain the same.
That's fine.
Okay, I had
Appreciate
asked you
that.
about that, I meant to throw that in there. Yeah, which is $3,000 a month.
But
Yes.
shouldn't we do it officially?
Yeah, we're going to amend the motion, so we'll just, let's do a second motion with the
Okay, I
term
will
and the...
make a motion to amend the previous motion to
You can just withdraw the farm motion. there, but
withdraw the,
And throw it all in together?
throw it all in together. So
Yeah.
what was that, April 25th?
Yes. And,
Okay,
the
make a
same,
motion to withdraw the previous motion.
You don't have to make a motion. You just withdraw.
Just withdraw? I will
withdraw.
withdraw
Yep.
that previous one. So April 25th,
And the stipend.
okay. Stipend the same?
Monthly stipend.
Okay. Okay, I will redo this. The motion to appoint Jack Healy as the acting town manager effective November 27th, 2017 through April 25th, 2017? 18, sorry. And approve a resolution authorizing the acting town manager, Jack Healy, to have the same authority in his capacity as acting town manager to sign and negotiate contracts, amendments, and grants as was previously approved by the town council for Mr. Healy in his capacity as a temporary town manager, and his stipend will remain the same.
Second.
Second on that. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. And that brings us to a motion to adjourn.
Prior to a motion to adjourn,
Yes.
you mentioned the audit committee was meeting December 21?
Well, we're going to, I'd like the whole council to be, the audit committee is presenting their report to the Board of Finance.
What time?
I think their meetings are going to be are they always the same time now, 6:45, or what time?
they haven't set their time yet. I
Okay.
think it's going to be at 6. or
At 6.
6:30.
Okay.
We can I will get it. What the suggestion was, Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
is that we would have a joint meeting between both boards starting at 6:30, whatever. And then we would end that meeting. And at that point, the Board of Finance go into their special meeting. All right, so that way you're only there for the audit. If you want to remain there, you can for their meetings, but you don't have to stay then.
Wonderful, thank you.
And perhaps, because there is more of us, we can move here or somewhere else, because it'll be a little bit crowded in that room with all of
You
us.
may want to look at the community center.
Oh, okay.
Because there's more space there.
Yeah.
And we can definitely come up with logistics on that.
Okay.
And we'll get that to you. We do have 2 meetings before that meeting. So we have the December 5th
Right,
meeting.
right.
And I think it's the 19th.
Right.
So then this would be the 21st. But we'll definitely, and I know with Christmas and the holidays, it's hard. So we'll make sure that we do whatever we can to
Yeah.
accommodate you quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if for some reason, I mean, I was hesitant with the 21st because I know it's close to the holidays. If we can't do it, or most of you can't make it, well, there'll be another opportunity, you know. And we'll figure out the time and the logistics. We have a month to get that done. So, and then we'll have a training, or maybe early in February. We'll do something a little bit different.
Do you want to do FOIA in addition to Board of Finance
Sure.
responsibilities, since you have 4 new
Yeah.
council members and a whole new Board of Finance?
Yes, I think that would be the prudent thing to do. Okay, great. Any other?
No, Kate, I'd
Yep.
like to coordinate too with the finance board about scheduling for the budget meetings too. Because we have an awful lot of budget meetings. I don't know if we need all those anymore.
Yeah. What did we?
won't.
Yeah,
My understanding, and Jeff will help me out
Sure.
with this, is that
Yeah, that one-
simply, they really handle the budget.
yeah, so I don't want to put them on the schedule if, you know.
Right, and so we're not gonna.
Okay.
The only time would be if we need a joint meeting.
Sure,
So I think though
Maybe.
that they were gonna discuss their schedule of meetings tonight.
okay,
So hopefully I'll have an idea of.
sure.
you
And
know,
we can hold a couple dates in case
Yep.
we need those meetings.
And we
yeah.
can make sure, even the annual meeting will not be done with the council anymore, it'll be done with the Board of
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Finance. But it's probably important for you all to be aware of it. So you
Sure,
can be
absolutely.
there. And we'll work, of course, we always work together on it, so
Mhm.
definitely.
Okay,
But it's a good point to bring out.
yep,
It is very different.
Great.
okay,
It's gonna be different, but
yep,
You'll like it. All
Yeah.
my other towns have always had a Board of Finance.
Yeah.
And it's,
Works well.
your first budget process might be a little bit feeling your way through it, but
Right.
you'll find that it works very well.
Good.
Did they meet tonight?
Yes.
Did they elect officers? Do we know?
Yes, they did.
Sam is the chair.
Who's
I
the
don't know
vice?
who the vice chair is. I left right after.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, any other comments,
Good.
questions, concerns? So we have a meeting, the next meeting is December 5th. Right, okay, great. So, hearing nothing else, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
A second on that?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Before you all leave, especially with the new members, what will happen, and you probably have, you may have put something down here. We normally email out the entire packet, so you'll see it. It is done the Friday before the council meeting. I scan it and email it to you. If you want a hard copy, I can make arrangements for you to get a hard copy. Let me know. The only thing you need to be aware of is that the police deliver them. So please prepare your spouses, partners, and
Neighbors.
anyone else that, when the police show up, it's not because there's a problem, all right? But we found that it was good for the police to know where the council members live, and also it's another avenue into the neighborhoods. So, all right? And please, 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 all 3 of us are, here to help you. So just make sure you if you have a better
Reach
way
out.
of doing things or whatever.
Reach out if you have questions.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kate.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Same to
happy
you.
Thanksgiving
Thank
to
you.
everyone,
How about that?
yes.
Holiday.